Hello, what's up students? Welcome to Luminary Academy, and today in this topic I will be covering how to calculate the compound interest. Okay, and in this video I will be covering four important topics, that is what is compound interest, how bank earn money, and what is the difference between a simple interest and a compound interest, and the questions based on compound interest we'll be doing today in this video. So keep watching and please watch till the end so that you can understand the basic concept. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, that is let's talk about compound interest, right? So compound interest is basically the interest which is taken on an interest, right? So compound is itself means added, right? Added, and interest you all know, that is we called in Hindi as byaj. So interest is the basically an amount which a bank took because you took their money for a certain period of time. For example, if from the bank you took a amount of $1 lakh, suppose, right? Because you are using this $1 lakh for your benefit for the period of 1 year. Okay, for that 1 year you need to pay the interest to the bank. Okay, so this particular year, that 1 year which you are using the bank's money, okay, for that you need to pay some compensation to the bank, that is we called as interest, right? Now compound interest, I already told the meaning of this. Okay, now how generally banks earn money. So what they generally do is, they suppose there are two person A and person B, right? So this person A has a money of dollar, let's say 1 lakh, right? And he submitted this, or he just deposited this money in the bank, right? Because he has extra amount, so he has deposited. Now bank suppose give the money, give the interest on this money as 2% to this person A, okay, as a compensation, because bank is now using the money of person A, okay, for whatever period of time the person A want to deposit. Here bank B, person B wants some money to buy some land, let's say, okay, or any building or something. Okay, so he will approach to the bank. Now bank, what they do is they will give this money to the person B at a rate of 10%, right? So the margin of this 2%, okay, sorry, the margin of this 8%, 10 minus 2 is 8%. This 8%, okay, this will be the profit of the bank. Okay, this is the profit of bank. So bank generally earn from us only. Okay, so one has extra amount, he will deposit to the bank will use that amount and give it to the other person. Okay, now you will be thinking that suppose if person A again come to the bank after 2 days and want his money back. Okay, so bank generally have a buffer amount. Okay, so they generally have the amount extra whatever they pay. So if person A comes back to take his money, the bank will definitely give the person to the bank. So this is how the bank works, and this 8% will be the employee, like the salaries of the employees, the rent of the bank, because we generally see that the banks are located in the very city center, so they pay the high rents. Okay, so this rent and salaries of the employee and any other what are the expenditures of banks are that is paid because of this 8%, right? And just imagine that how many people take loan. Okay, so according to that the percent of the rate of interest is according to that, and they earn a lot of money. Okay, so that is how the banks earn. Now let's talk about the third topic, that is the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest, right? So for this I will give you another example. Okay, so before we go to the rules, the difference between, the first difference is their formula only. Okay, the formula for the simple interest is P into, I'm writing again, so the formula will be P into R into T upon 100. That is, here the P is principal amount, R is the rate, and T is the time. So I'm writing here P is the amount, principal. So principal generally basically it is the amount which the person taking loan. Rate is the rate of interest, okay, and the time is T, right? And here the compound interest can be calculated with the formula principal amount, then principal, what we call principal, plus 1 plus rate upon 100 to the power t, that is the time, and minus p. Okay, so this is the first difference which we can say that the formula of both the simple interest and the compound interest. Now the second thing is, this is basically always calculated on the principal amount. Okay, and what they do is they calculate, this is calculated on the amount after each year. So that is the interest on interest, amount after each year, right? So basically it is the interest on interest, right? So now I'm giving you an example to understand the concept of this simple interest and compound interest. So let's take like this person B. Okay, let's take the example of this. He go to the bank and take the loan of 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so the simple interest on 1 lakh will be 1 lakh is the amount for 1 year, right? So 1 lakh into 1 year into rate is how much? Let's say 5% upon 100, right? So this 2 zeros can be cut. So after 1 year his interest will be 5,000, because he is using the bank's money for 1 year. So he need to pay the compensation to the bank, that is 5,000, which we called as interest. That is simple interest here, right? Now the same thing will happen for the first year in compound interest also. So what I want to tell you here is that the compound interest and the simple interest is same for the first year. You need to understand this. For the first year, the compound interest and the simple interest is always equal, but the difference will occur after second year. So here if I calculate this compound interest by using the formula of compound interest, that is 1 lakh bracket 1 plus 5 is the rate of interest upon 100 into time. Time is we called as 1 year right now, because we are taking the loan for 1 year, minus principal amount, right? So what you will get, 5 times 1, and then this will be 20. So if you take the LCM, it is 1 2 3 4 5, then it will be 21 upon 20 minus 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now this 0 and 0 can be cancelled. 2 times 1 and 2 times it is 5,000. So 5,000 into 21 we can calculate on the, although it is easy, so 5 5 1 0 and then 1 2 3 zeros. Okay, so it is 1 lakh 5,000 minus 1 lakh rupees. So you will obviously get 5,000, which is same for the first year. So this whole example was for the first year. Now you will see the difference in the second year. Suppose for the second year, okay, second year CI, that is the simple interest, sorry, simple interest, the SI will be P into R into T. So principal amount will be same, 1 lakh into rate is 5% only we are taking, and time is 2 year upon 100, right? So this will be cancelled. So what will be the answer? 5 times 2 is 10, so it is 10,000 rupees. Okay, so for the second year also he need to pay 5,000. So for the 2 years, 5,000 plus 5,000, that is 10,000. Now here the amount will change. Look how. So the simple interest here will be CI is equals to, principal is 1 lakh, so I'm writing 1 lakh, then 1 plus 5 upon 100, and here the time will be 2 minus 1 lakh, right? So what will happen here is 1 lakh and then 5 times 1 20, so it is 21 times 2 21 upon 20 to the power 2 minus 1 lakh, right? So by that way you can solve it with the calculator directly here. So 1 lakh, then put a bracket, then 21 divided by 20, right, to the whole power, it is 2. Then what you will get, this amount 110,250 minus 1 lakh, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is 1 lakh. Now subtract 1 lakh from this, 1 2 3 4 5. what you will get? 10,250. So it is 10,250. Now see children, the most important thing which you need to understand here is, this is after second year, this will be 10,000 and this simple interest will become 10,250. This 250 is what we call interest on interest, that is compound interest, right? So the difference of this 250 rupees, which this is the amount which we called as interest on interest, right? So this is how we generally get to know the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest after the second year. Okay, for first year it is always same. Now again, going to the topics, so we have covered this 3 topics now. Now the final topic questions is based on the compound interest. Let's go to the topic and let's find out how to solve the questions. So I hope you understand the basic concept. So let's start with the first question. So there is one shipping company which borrow $50 million at 5% per annum compound interest to build a ship. Okay, if it repays the debt after 3 years, how much amount will the company pay? Okay, so there is one shipping company and they are borrowing some money that is of 50 million, right? And the rate of interest which applies to them is 5% by the bank. Okay, and the time they are taking the money is for 3 years, right? So here definitely will apply, obviously see, there are 2 things children, most important. The 2 thing is that your friends, your family and your neighbors, they can give you money on simple interest, but the bank or the big companies, the investors, they never give the loan on simple interest. They definitely want to earn money. They are not here to help you out. They're not giving the social service. So generally what the perception is that we always considered such type of loan as compound interest, right? So here we'll use the formula. It is not given that which formula we need to use, compound interest or simple interest, but loan is always a compound interest. So compound interest formula we directly have. Compound interest is equals to principal amount plus 1 plus rate upon 100 to the power time minus principal. Okay, so what is the amount? $50 million. I'm taking 50 as $1 million only, so I'm just writing 50 here. Then 1 plus rate is 5% upon 100 to the power t. T is 3 years minus 50, right? So it is 21. 5 times 1, 5 times 2 is 10, and then it is 20. Now you can take the LCM. So 50 into 21 upon 20 to the power 3 minus 50. So let's solve this on a calculator. So because it is that difficult, okay, and we are going through the Cambridge curriculum, so you need to understand that calculator is very helpful. So otherwise you will not be able to solve such type of question in a very short span of time. So 21 divided by 20, and then the power will be 3, right? So the answer is 57.888125. So I will write here 57.88125. Okay, let's check is it correct or not. Yes, it is correct. Now the answer minus 50. Why 50? Because we need to cancel the principal amount. So what is the answer? 7 point, it is, if I subtract 50, that is the principal amount, so the interest will be $7.88125. okay, and this is in million, right? So this much amount he need to pay as an interest. Okay, so this is a very interesting thing. After that he need to pay 50 million more. So 50 million is the, see, this is the compound interest. So total amount which he need to pay to the company will be principal plus interest. So principal is 50 million plus 7.88125. So total is 57.88125 million dollar he need to pay back to the company, right? So this is very easy, I feel. Let's go to the next question and see how it works. So there's a woman who borrowed how much amount? Principal amount is dollar 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so it is almost a 10 lakh rupees. Okay, yeah, it is a 10 lakh rupees. Now, so once 10 100 1000 10,000 lakh 10 lakh. Okay, right, for the home improvement. Okay, so for the home improvement a woman is taking loan, right? The compound interest is 15%, so rate of interest is 15%, and she pays it in full after 3 years. So time will be equals to 3 years. So how much interest she need to pay? You just need to find the interest. So P bracket 1 plus rate upon 100 times time minus principal amount. So it is very simple. 1 2 3 4 5 6, then bracket 1 plus the rate is 15, so 15 upon 100 to the power 3, because time is 3 years, minus 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So we need to minus principal amount. Let's solve this on a calculator, otherwise it will be very difficult. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, then put a bracket again, then again 1 plus, again put the bracket, so it will be easy for us to understand the concept. So 15 divided by 100, then close the two bracket, and the power is 3, right, because it is going for the 3 years. So the amount which you will get is 1520875. 1520875. Subtract 1 lakh 10 lakh from this, right? So if we subtract 10 lakh from the answer 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So your answer will be 520875. 520875, right? And this is in dollar, right? So this extra amount she need to pay as an interest along with this, the money which she borrowed, right? So this is how we do the compound interest questions. Okay, let's do one more question. Now there is a man who owes $5,000. So the principal amount will be $5,000, and APR means there's just a rate of interest. So rate of interest will be 20%, and if he doesn't repay the loan or the debt, how much will be owe after 4 years? So you need to find the total amount. Okay, so time will be equal to 4 years, right? Now here you need to understand that you are finding the CI, compound interest. To find the amount, that is equals to compound interest plus principal amount, right? So here the compound interest will be 1 2 3 plus 1 plus 20 upon 100 to the power 4 years minus 5,000, right? So this will be 0 0 cancel, 2 times 1 5 times 10. Okay, so this will become, if you take the LCM, it is 6 by 5,000, then bracket 5 plus 1 6, 6 by 5 to the power 4 minus 5,000. So let's find the value of compound interest. So 5,000, then put the bracket, then 6 divided by 5. Why 6 divided by 5? Because I took LCM, right? So, and to the power 4. So what is the answer? 10368. Okay, so it is 10368, right, minus 5,000. So how much amount you will get? Let's see. So it is 5368. 5368, okay, dollar, which he need to pay as an interest of the credit card, right? So they are asking that how much she owes after 4 years. So amount you need to, for the simple interest, you already know, 5368 plus principal amount is 5,000, right? So if you add this, it will be 10368 dollar, right? So this is how you need to solve, students. I hope you understand the basic concept of compound interest. Now here I have some other questions also for you as an homework, so you can just go through and take the screenshots, right, so that you can practice it later at home, and you can comment the answers in the comment box. Okay, it will be very helpful for you because I'll be giving you the answers, don't worry. Okay, so friends, please keep watching and share with your friends. So this topic is very important for the Cambridge as well as for the CBSE students. And if anybody wants the PDF of the worksheet along with the answer sheet, that this is my answer sheet, if you want this answer sheet, you can just tell me in the comments, sir, please send the link. So definitely I will share the link with you so that you can understand and you can have a copy of both the worksheet along with this solution which I did. So the rest of the question will be your homework. I hope you understand. So keep watching, friends.